Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look using the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. I've said this a couple of times now, but this is still my favorite palette. I've gotten a lot of palettes here lately, but this one is still my favorite. The last look I did with this palette is more of a fresh daytime look, and I will link that down below in case you want to check that out. It is still one of my favorite looks that I have filmed so far. This look is sort of opposite, and it's more of a nighttime look. That's why I love this palette so much, is because you can do so many different looks with it. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. As usual, I'm going to start off by priming my face. I just got this primer and I'm loving it. It is by Becca and it's the Backlight Priming Filter. It gives your skin such a beautiful glow. Now I'm going in with one of my favorite foundations, Born This Way by Too Faced, in my new summer shade Warm Beige. I'm just dabbing this all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with my flat kabuki brush by Sigma and just blend it all out. Then after that, I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge just to make sure there's no lines and everything is well blended. Now I'm going in with Urban Decay's color correcting fluid in the shade Peach to try and cover up these dark circles. Now I'm going in with Tarte's new Rainforest of the Sea Aquacealer Concealer in shade Medium. I'm just going underneath my eyes on top of that corrector and then around my nose where it tends to get red. Then I'm just going to blend it out with my Real Technique sponge. Now I'm just going to set everything with Mercier powder underneath my eyes. I use her Secret Brightening powder, and then I'm going to set my face with the translucent setting powder. For contouring today, I'm actually going to switch it up, and I am using NARS Laguna bronzer and still using the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour brush. After I get my bronzer on, I always like to go back in with my powder brush just to make sure everything's nice and blended. Now I'm going to be baking. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder again, and it's going to look a little crazy, but I've also been baking my smile lines. I've noticed it helps it not to crease right there. While the powder bakes, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Here lately, I've been using the Brow Drama Pomade Crayon by Maybelline to fill my brows in. I have been loving this, but since it's a crayon, it's hard to be precise. So after that, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wedge just to define my brows a little more. For this look, I wanted to use a neutral blush, so I'm going in with the shade Melba by MAC. For my highlight today, I'm using the Anastasia Gleam Glow Kit, and I first use the shade Starburst, and then I go on top of that with Crushed Pearl. To prime my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Next, I'm lining my waterline with just a black eyeliner pencil, and then I'm going to set it with a black eyeshadow. On to the fun part. I'm now going in with the Peach palette, and I'm using the shade Georgia as my transition color. I'm going to put this in my crease and blend up and keep doing this until it is the shade that I want. Next, I'm taking the shade Puree and putting this right in the crease and blending it up just a little bit. Then on top of that, I'm going to use the shade Summer Yum and do the same thing and continue building until it is the shade that I want. For the lid, I'm using the shade Peach Pit, and it does look a little patchy, but don't worry, we're going to blend it out. And I wanted it to be more purple, so after that I'm going in with the shade Delectable just to make it stand out a little more. This step is completely unnecessary. If you want to just use Delectable instead of Peach Pit, you can do that, or use Peach Pit instead of both of them, just whichever you prefer. And since it is a little patchy, I'm going to go back in with the shade Summer Yum in my crease just to make sure everything is nice and blended. For my lower lash line, I'm going in with both Peach Pit and Delectable. You don't have to use both, but I wanted it to match my lid, so that's why I'm using them, but you can use just one or the other. Here I'm just going back over everything and making sure it is nice and blended. To highlight underneath my brow, I'm using the shade White Peach. I have been loving this mascara lately, and it is by Tarte, and it is their new Tarteist Lash Paint. For my lip color today, I'm using Bite Beauty's new Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Meringue. That completes this look. I hope y'all enjoy. You have to get your hands on this palette. It is so pretty. You can do so many looks with it. I just love it. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way I know that you liked it. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I try and make a new video every week. I would love to have you here on my channel. And I don't think I have anything else to say except thank you for watching. And until next time, bye all.